Hello and welcome to the Monday Agenda. The Monday Agenda today has a different kind of setup because it's a very special program, and we are lucky to have with us on the program Ms. Emma Kawawa, who is the founder and CEO of Tanzania Women CEO Roundtable. And today on the program, we're going to look onto the interest, what Tanzania Women CEO Roundtable is, what do they do, their mission and vision, and how you can be part of the Tanzania Women CEO Roundtable. Ms. Emma, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Maybe to start the program, can you tell us a bit about when did you find the Tanzania Women CEO Roundtable? What are your objectives, mission, and vision, so that my viewers in general can understand what this Tanzania Women CEO Roundtable is?
It has been my dream for about 2-3 years back that I would like to drive an agenda of bringing up women CEOs or women leaders or women in business in another scale.
Okay.
So I've been dreaming, how can I do it? Attending many conferences and forums and events in and outside the country, I saw the need of having an organization of this such.
Okay.
So selling my idea to my friends, to my colleagues with a similar vision, and then they decided to set up something called Tanzania Women CEO Roundtable.
Okay.
This was, at the beginning, just preliminary selling the idea of 7 women.
7 women.
Yes.
Okay.
Whom bringing in the expertise to the roundtable will have an impact to the women we want to focus on.
Okay.
So last year, beginning of the year, that's when we decided now to register and have an official legal entity,
Okay.
which is the Tanzania Women's CEO Roundtable, in short, TWCR.
Okay.
I'm the founder and the CEO of this association, and we have our chairperson, who is Madam Scholastica Silvanos Kimario.
Okay.
Well, what is our dream?
Yeah. Where do you see yourselves in the next 5 years? What's your vision? What's your mission? Tell us more.
Well, we have seen a lot of entrepreneurial work going on around,
Correct.
where SMEs are getting a lot of entrepreneurial trainings, skills, capacity building, a lot of small associations formed, but the growth is very minimal. And at the same time, we have the Tanzania CEO Roundtable, which is a very good organization, but that has special criteria, which we believe as women, to be in that organization, you have to be in a certain scale because they have a certain criteria. So I thought between the micro and the media and the SME, can't we form something in between where with no conditions, but we are giving out skills so that these women, either the ones in the medium class or mid micro, can scale up, or bring in the youth together, or the SMEs to grow to be in a certain stage.
Okay, so per se, Tanzania CEO Women Roundtable is an empowerment organization whereby you want to empower women to scale up, to come up, to voice out. Is that correct to say?
Yes, it is very correct, but focusing on skills. Which skills? Leadership and ethics.
Okay.
We're looking at ethics, meaning etiquette, to be a leader, all the skills of leadership.
Okay.
So that's where we are.
Okay. And how does one become a member? Is it a membership organization? Is it an open organization?
Well, we had a debate that should be a membership or should be an organization. Well, membership organization, normally it is driven by members.
Yes.
That will be a very difficult task to do. So we thought it's better to have our own organization than members who so-called members, meaning the ones who want to be part of us, can come in like partners, collaborating with us, can come as stakeholders, can come in as participants, but not members. Because when you start collecting fees from the members, they start asking for the return of that fund.
It's an investment.
Yeah, and they'll have a lot of expectations, or they can even change the vision where we have, because the members are the ones to decide what they want to do.
And what is your scope in terms of your reach? Are you covering the entire Tanzania, or you're covering major cities, or are you currently just in Dar es Salaam?
No, we want any woman who owns business or is a leader by position or by appointment to be part of this.
Okay.
Meaning, it can be in Tanzania, out of the borders, East Africa, or within Africa.
Okay.
And selling this and selling the idea, you have to speak to other organizations too. And this has brought us to another level.
Okay.
And that level is now called the Pan-African Women CEO Forum.
Okay.
At this moment, we call this one because it's still at an initial stage.
Okay.
We've set up within the southern, eastern, northern part of Africa. West Africa, yes, but as you saw in the last program we had, we have to do it twice or thrice. So the idea to go inside, to go into the minds of the people, to understand us.
Correct. But before the women are in position or before they own businesses, they're at a stage where they're young girls who are either in schools or young girls who are either at home who've just graduated. Do you have any programs or any plans to also bring them to light, sort of like to nurture them, bring them to, up to speed to the organization?
Actually, we are putting them at the center stage because our focus is mainly on the youth.
Okay, all right.
Because we want the future leaders to be the youth. So we're including them in the programs and even giving them a lead so that they can bring other youth can be inspired and come and join us together.
Just on the same connection, businesses and wanting to understand the Tanzania CEO Women Roundtable, they lack skills. You give them skills. Do you also see through their businesses if they lack, for instance, financial resources? Do you give them loans or grants, or do they have access to loans or grants through the organization?
No.
Okay.
No, we wouldn't like to do things which other organizations are doing. For example, financial inclusion, financial assistance, access to finance. There are special organizations doing that, focusing on access to finance, how to do bookkeeping, entrepreneurial causes. No, we will partner with them, but not do exactly what to do. All our focus, our aim is not to do a repetition of what others are doing. Either we want them to work with us. We want to be with them. So definitely we are looking forward to work with most of our organizations, but not to repeat what others are doing. That will bring competition, and we're not looking for that.
Okay.
We want to complement each other.
What is it that when you look back and say, I have achieved this, would you call a measure to success?
Well, it is too early to say that. After the last Pan-African CEO Women Forum, where we had 3 days forum which had a master class at the beginning, which was training purely about leadership, and then 2 days of different speakers explaining, trying to bring out what is really needed to be a leader. So, for example, when you talk about leadership intelligence.
With the work that you're doing, empowering women, 5 years down the line, what is it that you will look back and say, we've achieved so much? What do you see as the measure to success?
Our main work is to give skills. And when you empower somebody, skills, meaning they'll be doing it professionally, they're going to do it more and much better. And at the same time, we're looking at women scaling up the business. So I believe in the next, not even 5 years, 2 or 3 years to come, we'll be seeing women moving, crossing borders, doing business outside the country, maybe export, maybe partnering with the neighboring countries, doing business together. Not only that, they can be doing business within the same, in the country, but in a different level. That is a measure to see how they're working in a professional manner.
How would you say that, Tanzania Women CEO Roundtable has contributed so much if you do not have the exact number of, women who are in business, in terms of, you do not have a strict partnership policy? How would you say that, that is our attribution or that is our contribution?
Well, we've just commissioned a consultant to do that.
Okay.
We're going to have some sampling, of women who we're going to take as the first one, maybe 10 or 15 or 20, to see how we'll be watching them very close to see how they scale up.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is irrespective of the industry that they come
We
from.
don't care.
No.
Not from one industry.
The fifth regime under His Excellency John Joseph Pombe Magufuli is promoting industrialized Tanzania. How are you supporting this movement?
Definitely. One can not go against that because this is the key bone or the main activity of anywhere in the world if you want to grow, if you want to do business, if you want to grow the economy. So as we see, women are the key players in business, especially in the small industries. And when he was talking about the revolution of industries, I believe this is our space. How we take it, this is how we come in. Because we need to know, we need to be focused, we need to have priorities so that we reach a certain goal. Otherwise, we can be swimming all around looking for investors. We can be doing, how do you look for investors? How do you pitch the investors? These are the trainings we need. How you speak to the investor. That's what we're talking about. So maybe we were lacking somewhere because I'm trying to see where the women CEOs in Tanzania who are already known globally. This is what I'm looking for. To make another Oprah, to make another Michelle Obama, or to make women like Yvonne Chaka Chaka, to make those kind of women. It can be in singing, it can be in beauty, it can be in industries, it can be in mining, oil. This is where I'm trying to see. My focus is there.
Just to understand, on the Tanzania Women CEO Roundtable, empowerment of women in Tanzania is facing a lot of cultural resistance. We've had for the longest time women not be given the voices to speak. Have you encountered a situation where cultural resistance have prohibited or have hindered you from, advancing in reaching your mission or vision?
Not really, because most of the women we're dealing with are already somewhere and they understand what they want, they're doing already. So they're not in part of that traditional cultural part of it. They're already out. They've already moved out of those kind of encumbersome.
Okay.
But we believe, even if we're giving out training on leadership, on etiquette, business management, and whatever, there's somewhere, the culture issue will come out.
Okay.
Because when it comes to respect, it's not only a leadership skill, but it also comes from the culture and where you come from. I believe a good leader has a good background, a good family, which has good traditions and good cultures.
I wish to bring you back to the heydays whereby women had a natural role to look after the family, to look after the children. And that was before the Beijing conference, that was before the women started, coming out in the public and saying women can do as much as men can do. Not despising the key role that women play in the society, the pivotal role. But I personally have a feeling that the fact that women now are busy looking for money, busy supporting the families as it was not in the past. Most of the children nowadays are being raised without the guidance of the mothers, the guidance of the women. And the families and the youth are drifting apart. They're missing that connection in the family. The children within their very young ages, you look at a child and you probably ask, whose parents is this child? Don't you think probably at some point, probably within your context of teaching and capacity building, women need to be reminded of the role they have as, that strong bond of the family?
Well, when you talk about leadership skills, it covers everything, meaning you're talking about etiquette also. Etiquette comes from the roots of the family, beginning from how you bring up the children, how you sit, how you talk, how you dress up, how you bring up your family. Because you cannot talk to a woman to tell about that, how to respect herself, and not talking about how to respect his own family, or the people surrounding, or the people she works with. So these are things which automatically trickle down to the family. But as a woman, I would speak.
Yeah.
I am very busy traveling, working everywhere, but when it comes to home, I don't get my food cooked by anybody. Since then till today, I wake up very early, make my own food for my children and my family. They will never eat food made by anybody else. And this is showing a feminine part of me. I'll make sure I do my part, however busy I am. So this is something I would like to remind my other women, that we should always remember we are women at home. Business is outside the doors. So that we bring up very good children. Otherwise, we'll end up not doing our work, starting taking care of the children after the business, because we missed something before. These children, if they don't get the proper foundation, you end up using most of your time taking care of them again when they're matured. And also, you will also be complaining that they cannot get a job, they're not fitting in the society, because it is our problem. It's not the problem of the children. Though technology has grown, but I can see they're very good families still. Very good children, like yourself. Like yourself, where you came from. And sometimes it's good to share. When you share knowledge or information, that's the time you can change the society. And I think this is the right time. We need this kind of training, coaching, because somehow, somewhere, the society is changing. We know that technology is doing a lot of work. You cannot hide anything. But we as parents, or leaders as we call ourselves, we need to do something. And when we say we need to do something, when we start at home and in public and in media, as we're doing now, and in the courses and in the training, definitely, they have the ears to hear. If I can meet women who are deaf today, are hearing about us, they don't hear, but they listen and understand us. What about who's a normal person? So I believe somewhere, somehow, we'll have an impact.
Want to understand Tanzania's CEO Women Roundtable on a perspective of nurturing young girls who are in school, girls who are at the universities, because if their morale is cut short from this level, then they grow with that fear, they grow with that anxiety, they grow with that concern that only men can. Do you all envisage any programs to support women, especially at younger ages, middle level, A levels, all levels, secondary level, then university level, that when they grow up, when they finish school, they can actually conquer the world out there? Do you have any programs of such kind within the Tanzania chambers of Tanzania CEO Women Roundtable?
Well, soon we'll have our agenda out. So we'll be having every 3 months a course going on. But within the course, maybe in between, there'll be a short course for the youth, because we believe youth, most of them are in the college or working, or they're busy looking for life. So we'll be having every 2-3 months, we'll give out a calendar so they can apply for that. And we're looking also for sponsors, so that they can sponsor these youth, the youth to attend these trainings.
Are they expensive?
Not really, but education is not something cheaper, because this is your life. This is a foundation to your life. So we're making something, an impact to your life, and cheap is not really.
Just to understand the context of the CEO, the Women CEO Roundtable, is it similar to the CEO Roundtable that's present in Tanzania? And I'm happy to mention to you that they've started a program called the Apprenticeship, where they bring in young people with ideas, young people who are, the leaders with leadership potential, and they groom them. Is it something that you also envision doing at the Women CEO Roundtable?
Well, I'm aware of that program, and as you know, in a country when you have two names, CEO Roundtable, it brings a lot of confusion.
Yeah.
So I'm talking to the chairperson of the CEO Roundtable to see how best we can merge together or collaborate together. But our programs are totally different. So I'm trying my level best and to give the image and to make the people understand that we are not competing. We are complementing each other. Or we are working together. So that it's nothing to do that CEO Roundtable is different and we are different. We're only different because we have no barriers. We don't have criteria for saying that you have to have this amount of money earning, or this is your income tax, or this is what. But we have that only mandate that you have to be a leader, or
who is an ideal CEO? When you groom a person, and when you're happy to say, I'm happy to have brought Oprah Winfrey to out of Tanzania, who is an ideal woman CEO in your context?
Any woman who has a well straight business making good money, employing more than 20 people, 20 women, with all the skills and leadership, skills in business plus leadership, and with very high quality standard of etiquette.
Okay.
I'm looking at the women whom, with respect, with love, who is willing to help other women. We have our vice president is a role model now, but we need more of those in business now. Say, no, we have a businesswoman who stands there. She has done A, B, C, D, 3. Apart from earning, but she helps the community. She's doing this to the society. She's doing this to the whatever. This is what I'm looking for.
And last couple of months, I was privileged to have attended the forum that you organized. What was the objective of the forum, and did you achieve that objective?
Well, our main focus was four, of which was one, to bring the women CEOs in Africa for skills and training in skills and on leadership, skills on leadership and etiquette, whatever. And then two was to network, share, and engage these women together so that they can start doing business together. And last was leisure, meaning that when you do business, at the end of the day, you have to have leisure. So we had a topics and a stream whole day event of talking about the health and well-being, because if you don't have good health, how you can't be doing business. So we gave also priority to that, and we brought even somebody from the hospitals to speak about the cancer. You see, cancer awareness. So this is what it was all about. Well, it was it was a first event, and I can tell you, everybody's overwhelmed, and they wanted us to continue to have another one as soon as possible. But to arrange such a thing, it's not that easy. We've agreed to do another one next year.
Okay.
And in the meantime, we have an interim chair from South Africa, whom will be working with us together in bringing up this forum. And we have planned to have another one, next one in March 5th to 6th, 2020.
Okay.
Again in Tanzania, because we want more participation of Tanzanians, because my passion is to the Tanzanians, not, it's Africa in whole, but focusing Tanzanians.
Let's slightly talk about the women in politics, because you had mentioned the CEOs, the women in business, the women in politics. The women in politics, why do you think in your context, in your own context, we have very few women of influence in political arena? And how do you, as the founder and CEO of the CEO Women Roundtable, how do you envisage changing that? Because, you know, the likes of His Excellency John Pombe Magufuli is really promoting a 50-50 representation in the House of Representatives. Now, as the founder and CEO of Women Roundtable, how do you envisage bringing more women into political arena? Because they can, you can.
Yes, we can. We're really focusing on business. Politics, no.
Okay.
But women need to be given confidence and to be given skills. So out of these skills, we believe some of them are going to be politicians. They can be both business and politicians. So if at all they decide to go into politics, well and good. But our focus mainly is on business.
Focus mainly is on business. When you do not have then someone to speak for you, how would you meet your targets? Because you need to also groom CEO, not necessarily in business, but in other aspects, other social spheres. Politics, for instance, because now you need to have someone in the house to speak for you. You may not wait until the vice president, then you go to lobby to the vice president, please speak for us. If you can actually groom and bring powerful women who are leaders in the political arena as well.
We have partnership.
Okay.
We have strategic partners. We have collaborations. These partners we're talking about can be government, can be banks, can be NGOs, can be multinational organizations, so that we will have strategic partners to work with us. so that we can bring this out and have an outcome which is fruitful.
Okay.
And public institutions too.
Okay. How is that faring? Are you getting enough support from your partners,
Yes.
especially the government?
Yes, please. Yes,
Okay.
please. We've been talking to them, and they're looking forward to work with us in the next forum because this is something new, you know. So you need to really to understand us. We've been talking to them.
SME strategy for Tanzania has the issues of gender as a cross-cutting issue, but not as a topic on itself. Are you in a position, or are you looking forward to contributing to the role that women play in business so that it's not a cross-cutting issue rather than, regarded as any other topic, women in business?
You know, we have a lot of institutions working on leadership skills also. Wongo's Institute, Lindam, you know that.
Yeah.
We will make sure we partner with these institutions to work on SMEs also. Sometimes we may be overloaded with some work, or SMEs will be wanting to work with us. And we're looking at the CEOs. So we won't push them out. We'll definitely look for a space for them to get the training also.
And where would you put innovation in the context of business? And for this specifically, we're looking for business that are owned, managed, or run by women.
Thank you. Innovation and technology is our main focus too.
Okay.
It's actually our priority because nowadays we don't use any more paperwork. It's more on technology, on social medias, it's on internet. So this is where we're bringing in technology in.
Are you certain that you're achieving that objective?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
Yeah, we definitely look forward to do that. I will not say that at this moment we have achieved or not achieved. We're in the process.
Okay. When you're grooming a business woman, it doesn't start at that age when they're already running businesses. I really am looking onto and emphasizing onto the fact that you probably need to start even younger, empowering younger generations so that when it comes to, now they are CEOs and companies, they appreciate your contribution from their early days.
We're looking at women in mining, and extractive industries, because not many women go to this field also.
Yeah.
So we're trying to empower them to be in that field also.
Okay.
Yeah, because we believe if the women are there, the economy will grow also,
Absolutely.
especially in extractive industries, oil and gas, whereby now we have gas coming from Tanzania, oil is coming here, and we're going to export to Uganda, and so forth. Than what we're doing now.
You had mentioned, this is towards the end, and allow me to bring a question that will put you slightly at ease. But you had mentioned, when you're back in your spheres at home, you're being you. As the founder and CEO of Tanzania CEO Women Roundtable, how do you even make time or get time to be with the family, be the mother you are?
Well, in life, you have to plan your life. You have to have a program. You have to have be strict to yourself. To me, my family is my priority. I wake up early in the morning. If I know that I have an appointment at 9 o'clock, I'll make sure I cook at 6 o'clock. So by 8, the food is ready for lunch. So this is what I'm trying to say. You must always put your family first. Yes, business is our main focus, but don't allow business to overhaul you. I, as Emma, speaking now, I have my own way of working. I have decided to retire as young as I am. Why? I thought there's a need I need to work slowly so that I can take care of my health, take care of my family, at the same time do other things. It's very rare we agree to retire. It's very rare we agree to slow down. We want to make money every now and then and be busy. At the end of the day, we're ending up all the money we made going to the hospital. It's time I will say this to all the women. Do business and take care of your health. Meaning, eat well, do exercise, and rest. Stress-free. Make yourself happy and don't carry anything in your head. Always have a dustbin behind your back to throw all the trash.
Yeah.
Having said that, I'll also say that I like business. If you call me at 2 o'clock in the night, I'll pick the phone if it's a business call. But if you call me because it's just something to talk or laugh, definitely I'll not pick the phone. I don't allow anybody to call me after 8 o'clock in the evening, unless it's a serious business or family which is serious. And this is the things many women miss. I ask most of my colleagues, you have a telephone, what do you do in the morning? Those calls you're making, how much does it return back? We are now on the social media. I don't believe the money spent on the phone has a return back. They're spending more on simple issues than tangible issues. That's what I would say.
You are watching the Monday Agenda, and as we're about to wind up the program with Miss Emma Kawawa, the founder and CEO of the Women Roundtable of Tanzania, I want you to speak to women and girls who are watching the program right now as your call for 1 minute, and then we wrap up the program.
My word to fellow women, especially in business, go for values and contents. I insist and I insist 3 times, go for values and content, not personalities. This is where we're going wrong. Most of the women are looking at who is doing what and who is doing what. If it is Emma doing a seminar, I'll go because it's Emma. Or I won't go because it's not Emma. Go and see what is Emma talking about. Go to the contents. So when you're going there, when you want to attend something, plan. Is this good for me? Don't go for everything, but have priorities. What am I going for? Have priorities and know the contents. Don't care about who's preparing, but care to take the contents and the values. This is my straight and stress on my today's talk. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Ms. Emma Kawawa, the founder and CEO of the Tanzania Women CEO Roundtable. We were understanding the context of the CEO Women Roundtable in Tanzania and how they nature, they bring out the best in you, a woman and a young girl. So, whenever you see Tanzania Women CEO Roundtable, they're meant to actually empower you and join the move and become a member, become a partner, become an ally, so that we bring out the best out of you. Until then, you're watching the Monday Agenda. Emma, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much.
I'm your host, Austin Makani, and thank you for watching the Monday Agenda.